Hey guys, what's up? It came to me a couple hours ago that I have not officially done a vinyl intro. I've made videos in the past where I show off a couple of my record collection, but not really a vinyl introduction of who I am. As you guys know, I am the Prince of Records, and I started collecting records in January of 2013. And I took about 6 month break from around July to around June or July of that year to sort of go into something else that I liked. And I'm back. I made a couple more videos, and I'm going to show you a couple records that I found that are rare to me, and maybe rare to you guys out there too. The first one is the first record I bought back in '08, I believe, and this one is a gem for me because I've never seen this record whatsoever other than online, and I don't like to buy records online because I find that really cheats the experience of buying records. And it is the Jackson 5 ABC album. It is. I found it for about $5-10 back in '08, and the cover's pretty rough. But the music itself is great. It has no insert or and no sleeve in there, so I don't like that. I'm a big Jackson fan, specifically Michael. I like a little bit of Janet too, but not that much. Yeah, so the next one I'm going to show you is about the Rolling Stones. I like the Rolling Stones. I'm not a huge fan. I wouldn't say I'm a number one fan, but I am a pretty big fan of them. I find this rare. I still haven't listened to it yet because I haven't had time since I'm in college. But it is Music for the Millions, the Rolling Stones on Decca. There you guys go. And the really cool part about this is it is a live performance. And this is my first Decca album. It's a little bit dusty, but when you haven't played a record in a long time, that usually happens. Hopefully. If I could just get this, there we go. If I could. So, yeah, I really wanted to do this video because I really feel like this community is a pretty good community, and also the comic book YouTube comic book community is also great. Rob Downey, R. Downey, and also known as the Great Legend, is a really good friend of mine. So the next one I got at a antique store this year, and it is very cool because it's from the '60s, and I like it because it's in a different language. Now, the thing is that back in the '60s, I don't think anybody would be wearing that, but I don't know. So one of the reasons why I bought this album is because it has a Stevie Wonder song and Rolling Stones song on it. The songs are "Kiss Me Goodbye" by someone Clark, "The Young Girl," the something Gap, "Honey" by Bobby Goldsboro, "Sunny" by Johnny Rivers, "My Girl" by Stevie Wonder, "Historia de un Amor," Trio Los Anjos A Guy is a Guy by Doris Day's, also a great singer. My Baby Don't Care by Danny Diaz and Checkmates. Playboy by the Box Tops. She's a Rainbow, the Rolling Stones. Rose, I Love You. It doesn't say who. You Are My Sunshine. Leno Sisti, and All the Time, Johnny Mathis, and Donna Donna by Joan Box. Now, the reason why this one's rare is because it's from Taiwan, and as far as I know, I am one of two that owns it. This so far, and I just thought it was cool because Taiwan, my first out of the U.S. pressing main. I have a couple from like Venezuela or something, but that's not really impressive. But yeah. So the next couple I found at Goodwill. Now I like shopping at Goodwill because you get great deals on records, and it's either a hit or miss. Sometimes the record's scratched and you can't see it, or like that. But you're only paying 99 cents, $1.03 for that. I'm willing to take a chance on it. And these ones I found aren't really records, they are more for the radio, and I have never seen this anywhere else, so I really thought this was kind of cool. It is let's see if I can read it. The United States Air Force presents a Serenade in Blue. And the really cool thing is that each side is a different program. So this one is program number 551, and the other side is program 552. And it's basically just a public service show on this one, at least. It is a pretty good one if you want to know what was going on back then. And on some of these, there are some famous people at the time. Like I found out, like I can't even remember her name, but it is basically the commercials that you see for the armed forces right now, but for on the radio. And I thought this was kind of cool because it's Americana. Even though I am not going to be playing this every day, or maybe not every year, I still like to have it because it is part of American history. So that was program 551, 552. Here's another one. It's the same thing, but yeah, United States Air Force Band, or Serenade in Blue, program 532, 531. And I got this once again at Goodwill, and I don't think it has any on here. So one of them had it where. So I like the cover of it. If you guys can see that, there you go. Isn't that a cool cover? Label, sorry. The third one, once again from Goodwill, is United States Air Force Band, Serenade in Blue, program 484, and 483, and I like these once again because it is part of American history, and people are unfortunately forgetting American history. What's going on there? They're starting to forget the Holocaust, and that really saddens me because even though it was tragic and all around the world, that it is part of history, not so much American, but part of my history, because I am German. I may not be 100% German, but I'm mostly German, and I feel like that is an important part of my past, not because it is good, but just because that's where I came from. My my grandparents from my mother's side of the family came from Germany a long time ago, and they came right after World War II. I mean, literally within a month after World War II ended, and it is pretty hard to come to America when everybody else knows what you were doing back then. And I really find that is why I love history so much, is because no matter where you're from, you always have history, whether it's family history or the country you're in or the state, city, it doesn't matter. You have history. And the last one I got from Goodwill is a different one. It's the U.S. Air Force Recruiting Service. And Manhattan Melodies. This is program number 237. And this is program 238. Now, I like this one because it has a date on it. So maybe it was the radio station that got it, or somewhere that wrote that's on there. It says August 14th, 1961. That means that this came out 33 years before I was born. So I really think that's cool, because then you could know what year this came from. And on this side of the album, or the long LP, is Jerry Southern. So I guess she was pretty big back then. And on the other side, on 237, is Vincent Lopez. I don't know who any of these people are, so I thought, 99 cents, can't get it. It really looks cool. Never seen anything else like it when I was when I'm looking around. Now the next one is I got for a giant steal. This one is pretty rare in America, anyway. And it is Lori and the Chameleons, and it is a 33. It is a 12-inch single, 45 RPM. And the reason why this is so rare is because they are from, you can take a wild guess, they are not from Japan, surprisingly. They are from the UK. And the weird thing is, other than that, they do have this smaller, but without the Japan, or I think this is the Japan at least, that without this, it's fine, and it's not worth that much. But with this, in America, this is around $45 right now. So, have I played it? I played it. It's techno. I'm not a really big fan of techno music, but yeah, it is kind of cool. Isn't that kind of cool? Well, it's a black record. So yeah, there's that. Lori and the Chameleons, the song Touch, The Lonely Spy, Love on the Ganges, and so yeah, 12-inch single for 45 RPM. Got this for under $1. And that was not at a Goodwill, but it was pretty good. And the last one I showed in my previous video, it is a very important album because this is a #1 find. I think that this artist died way too young, and it is Ritchie Valens. And this album is one that came out after he died. It's not, the sad part is, when I got this album, even though that it doesn't have La Bamba on it, which is one of his most famous songs, the 17-year-old his career, it does have Donna, and on the cover it does have We Belong Together. It also has that on the label. but it doesn't have that on the album. I think that the reason why it doesn't have that, because I've talked to other people that do have this album, is that since Guest Star is a cheaper label, it's like the 99-cent store of records, because it has you get the same amount of music, the same brand, but you get it at a generic brand, generic price. And so I think that the album may have been too long. So even though it says that on there, it says it on the label, it doesn't have it on the album. But the weird part is, this album mine at least, has a continuous groove that at the end of side 1, I believe, that it's just Ritchie Valens saying "hey" over and over and over. And when I first heard that, it freaked me out. And I think that's kind of cool, because it makes it seem like it is unique. I don't know if anybody else has this album, and if they do, tell me if yours has that, or maybe yours has the "We Belong Together." Maybe it's just mine. But there's Donna on this song, and I really like that song. But yeah, so thank you for checking out my introduction to the vinyl community. Check out my other videos. Subscribe, like the video. If you have any questions or comments that you would like to tell me, please feel free to put them down in the description. I have many other albums. I have stuff ranging from jazz, from Chuck Mangione to all the way up to, let's see, AC/DC. And I have a lot of Rolling Stone albums, a lot of albums that you wouldn't think about. So feel free to watch my videos, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.